Thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Coming up, the Turkish government delivers over $300,000 in projects for Dominica. Parliament convenes on February 20th, and we'll look at how government's National Employment Program measures up to global employment recommendations. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. The election of a new Speaker of the House of Assembly will be the first matter to be decided when the House convenes on February 20th, 2015. Kimani Seja tells us more in this report.
Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has announced that Alex Boyd Knights has been nominated for that position. The Prime Minister has also announced that Senator the Honorable Edward Regist is government's nominee for Deputy Speaker of the House. Also at that meeting, parliamentarians will be administered the oath of office of a Member of Parliament, and His Excellency Charles A. Savarin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, will address the House. At that sitting, parliamentary committees will also be appointed, including the Public Accounts Committee, the Standing Orders Committee, the Privileges Committee, and the Parliamentary Proceedings and Broadcast Committee. This will be the first meeting of Parliament since the House was dissolved for the December 8, 2014 general elections, and the first meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament under the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Thank you, Kimani, for that report. In other news, the Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, made his last of 7 visits to health districts across the island last week. The minister was accompanied by a team of health officials, including the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. David Johnson, and the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, on a tour of the St. Joseph Health District. Honorable Catherine Daniel, parliamentary representative for the Collio constituency, which is part of that health district, was also part of that team. The health minister says that the tour has given him a first-hand look at the delivery of health services across the island.
So it was important for me as a new minister, first of all, to get a personal view, to understand, to see for myself, to hear for myself what's going on at the district level. We know that at once upon a time that we were the pride and joy of primary health care. We still are, but I mean the glory days might have been, or better days might have been past us, but I think we still have an opportunity to build on the gains that have been made, especially in the 80s and 90s in primary health care. Of course, the dynamics now would have changed significantly. Or people will become more informed, more via internet and other technology. So of course the demands on the primary health care people have greatly changed over the years. So we have to be aware of that and also to make the necessary adjustments so that the optimal care can be continued to be received by all and sundry.
Honorable Daru commended the staff of the St. Joseph Health District for delivering optimum service despite varying challenges. However, he says his ministry moving forward will address these concerns, beginning with infrastructural improvement.
A number of the facilities around the country, we still would have had a number of good facilities. Some of them would have been built maybe in the late 70s, 80s, in the 70s and 80s, and would have, some of them would be maybe be experiencing some infrastructural issues right now. But we do have some very good facilities. The Lap Lane can stand out. Castle Bruce, Salibia, even St. Joseph, where we are right now. Of course, there would the flip side of the coin would be that there would also be a number of them who would have a number of facilities would have made their time. Okay, infrastructure failing. And of course, we need to see how we can address some of this in a systematic way.
Another priority area for the Ministry of Health is training. Honorable Daru says the Ministry of Health is currently assessing the health sector to determine areas lacking specialized staff so training can be designed to meet those needs. Honorable Catherine Daniel, who is Minister for Social Services, made a correlation between health and social services, noting that all departments must work together to realize success in the health sector.
If the health sector is functioning properly, then this money can be expended somewhere else. So this marriage between health and social services is very vital to the survival of our country and Dominica on a whole. So partnership is very, very important. We cannot work in isolation. No ministry is an island. We have to work together.
The Coliho MP says on the cards for her constituency is a new health center. Also on this tour, the minister and his team of officials from the Ministry of Health met with individual members of the health teams. The visit culminated with a staff meeting at the St. Joseph Health Center. The Honorable Minister for Health has already visited 6 other districts: Grand Bay, Roseau, La Plaine, Marigot, Castle Bruce and Portsmouth. The partnership of the governments of the Republic of Turkey and Dominica has resulted in US $325,000 in projects for Dominica. A ceremony on Wednesday served to formally thank the Turkish International Cooperation Agency, TICA, for its support. The Dominica Water and Sewerage Company, DOWASCO, the Ministry of Health, Dominica Broadcasting Corporation, DBS, and the Division of Agriculture are the immediate beneficiaries of these projects. The new Turkish ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Aydin Evergen, gave some insight into the 8-year-old relationship.
Our government's policy is to deepen and strengthen our relations and our cooperation with all Caribbean countries and with Dominica. We see Dominica as a very important partner, a trusted partner in this region, and we believe that we can collaborate with Dominica on many issues, both at the bilateral as well as international level. And it is our decision of our government to work in this direction, to promote further our cooperation in all sectors possible.
Ambassador Evergen stated further that several sectors have already been identified for cooperation. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Karin Prevost, gave details of the selected projects funded by the Turkish International Cooperation Agency.
TICA, which was established in 1992, is Turkey's development corporation, which works with international organizations and other bilateral donors. And in May of 2014, there was a visit by a two-member TICA delegation, and after meeting with several government agencies and ministries, the Republic of Turkey decided to support 6 projects proposed by various government departments. This contribution from Turkey amounts to US $325,000, allocated as follows: building capacity in agricultural extension services, $50,000 US, equipment support for the Dominica Broadcasting Corporation, $50,000 US, upgrading of the Portsmouth Hospital Laboratory, also receiving $50,000 US, maintenance tools for water and sanitation infrastructure, DOWASCO, $40,000 US, and also DOWASCO should be receiving a value of $15,000 US for measuring equipment for water services.
An additional DOWASCO project has also been proposed for the transportation of potable water. This project is at a cost of US $120,000. The Ministry of Health is one of the beneficiaries of TICA's support, and lab supervisor at the Princess Margaret Hospital, Catherine Gemot, is grateful.
In May of 2014, we met with officials from TICA, and we expressed our interest in upgrading the lab facility in Portsmouth. We requested a hematology analyzer and a clinical chemistry analyzer for basic testing in Portsmouth, because we realized that we needed to improve in that area. By September 2014, we had received the equipment. We have done a training of staff. The hematology equipment is in place, it has been commissioned, and we're just waiting for spacing for the clinical chemistry equipment. So what we in fact are hoping is that services will be more accessible and affordable to clients. It will impact on the health of our clients in the Portsmouth district, improve turnaround time, and we hope to continue to work with TICA to improve these services in Dominica, the Ministry of Health.
Expressing sentiments on behalf of the government of Dominica and his ministry was the Honorable Agriculture Minister Johnson Drago.
I really want to express our gratitude for the bilateral relationship that we share as two countries. I want you to know that the government of Dominica is very appreciative of all the support we've been able to receive from your government, and I want to express our deepest appreciation for all of that.
In other news, volunteering can play a huge role in the development of a person, country, and the world by extension. This was the sentiment of the Honorable Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture, and Constituency Empowerment, Justina Charles. Honorable Charles was addressing a two-day national symposium on volunteerism on Wednesday at the Fortune Hotel. Honorable Charles made mention of some of the positive results of volunteerism within a community.
It promotes a level of social harmony. And as you rightly use our word, kudme in Dominica, that is the term, the Creole term for volunteerism, where we go out and we work. And that helps to promote that level of socialization and that harmony among people across the various communities. It provides for public participation. It allows people to volunteer and to participate in the development process of the various countries. It also adds to the quality and capacity of program services. Volunteers provide enthusiasm, extra resources, and many times much needed skills. And it also provides an avenue for you to display and to give of your skills, your expertise, but it also allows our young people, to develop and to learn new skills. As they interact and as they provide the services, they now acquire new skills.
She also notes that volunteerism provides an avenue for employment, especially among the youth.
As we look at trying to deal with poverty, reduce poverty across the globe, nationally and across the globe, one of the most important tools for us is to empower our young people through employment. And as we volunteer as young people, it creates an avenue. It allows us to develop that pool of volunteers that can be co-opted into the world of employment. And this is significant because quite a few of our people, and we can speak of Dominica, where many of our teachers, our nurses in various aspects started their career as volunteers. And it was because of their that level of volunteerism and the skill and the ability and the enthusiasm that they displayed that it was easy to cope them into the realm of employment. And so it is an avenue for employment. So I want to encourage young people who are engaged in those programs to take it seriously, because it can determine your fate, or it can determine how well you do in the future.
The minister encouraged Dominicans to take volunteerism as an important aspect of personal development.
Your action of volunteerism also complements the normal workforce, as we know, because sometimes you find there are certain areas where it can be overwhelming, and because of limited resources, the staff complement can be very short. And so your involvement allows us to be able to gain more. So it really speaks to the efficient and effective management of resources. So you can use those young people so that we can accomplish more. And I dare say that in the past, in centuries gone, we've seen notable examples of volunteerism in agriculture, in construction, in environmental enhancement, just to name a few, because quite a bit of our infrastructural development activities were undertaken as a means of our volunteerism programs. And so it has helped quite a bit in the development.
The symposium is facilitated by a non-profit development organization, QSO International, and the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Constituency Empowerment. The International Labour Organization, the ILO, is reporting that in negotiating the post-2015 Sustainable Development Agenda, more and more member states are coming to appreciate how important it is to show the youth that their issues are reflected in that agenda. The issue of youth employment in particular takes precedence in that list. This week, as the United Nations Economic and Social Council holds a meeting based on Uniting for Youth Beyond 2015, Jane Stewart of the ILO office says informal jobs are no longer an option for the youth. Instead, she suggests the development and implementation of several youth-specific employment strategies get at providing the necessary experience as well as compensation. She says it is not the quantity of jobs but the quality that counts. In Dominica, this is aptly illustrated in the form of the National Employment Program, or NEP, launched in December 2013 through a $7 million grant from the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The policy directive for the National Employment Program was outlined in the 2013-2014 National Budget Address.
The assessment of poverty in Dominica indicates that most of the poverty is as a result of low or no income. Hence, to grow out of poverty, employment opportunities have been foremost in our minds. The most direct solution for unemployment is the creation of jobs. We have taken on the International Labour Organization, ILO's recommendations for dealing with youth unemployment with the launch of the National Employment Program, NEP. The NEP has provided opportunities for young people and other unemployed persons to be exposed to the workplace and gain much needed mentorship and experience. Interns have been engaged in various positions in both the public and private sectors. The community employment component of the program has empowered young farmers around the island, engaged community workers in cleanup and beautification campaigns, care of the elderly, and community tourism.
One component of the NEP is the community employment aspect, which sees young people gainfully employed in community tourism, cleanup and beautification, education mentorship as caretakers in the Yes We Care program, and the school feeding program. The apprenticeship component of the NEP teaches farming, landscaping, auto mechanics and tire repair, manicure, hospitality, stone cutting, culinary arts, and more. In his National Day address on November 3, 2014, the nation's leader stated, quote, "These employment initiatives will provide recent graduates and unemployed youth with a valuable opportunity to gain experience and job-related skills and knowledge," end of quote. Jane Stewart of the ILO also notes that one must not underestimate the importance of technical and vocational training, which can be seen through the apprenticeship programs. The government of Dominica has long realized the importance of this, hence the consistent growth of its National Employment Program, which currently employs over 1,000 persons. The DLP government has assured that it will continue providing avenues for youth development and growth. And as the plans for Mass Dominic 2015 unfold, this week is dubbed Pageant Week in Dominica. For the first time, all major pageants for the carnival season will be held on the same weekend. At a press conference on Wednesday, Val Coffey, carnival agent at Dominica Festivals Committee, says this move will merge all like events for the season and give a boost to the festivities. First up is the Miss Dominica pageant, which will be held Friday, February 6th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
I want to encourage everybody Friday, obviously, to patronize the Queen Show, the National Queen Show, Windsor Park Sports Stadium, 8 p.m. $40 standing tickets, 75 seating tickets. Okay, 8 p.m. bang time, and the agenda calls for it to be, or the program calls for it to be a very quick, but very creative and a very good show.
Next is the Miss Teen Dominica, organized by the Waitukubuli Dance Theatre Company. This year, the company will stage the 38th edition of the pageant on Sunday, February 8th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
The teen pageant brings together girls from all over the island, as far as the north of Dominica to the south of Dominica, across the rest of the island, west and east. There are 7 ladies from 7 secondary schools, but drawn from all over Dominica. So the Waitukubuli Dance Company, we want to invite all of Dominica to come to the Windsor Park Sports Day on Sunday the 8th, this coming Sunday. Everybody coming out to the stadium to support what we think is a very important event. It is educational, it is cultural, it is artistic. We think it supports the schools with their educational activities and thrusts, especially their visual and performing arts program.
Ticket prices will be slightly increased this year to help meet the rising cost of staging the pageant. That is $15 for children and $20 for adults. The Mother's Queen Show has also become an integral part of the list of pageants for the carnival season. The show is carded for Saturday, February 7th at the Arawak House of Culture. The Carnival Mother's Queen pageant is in year 3. The Dominica State College Mass Jamboree pageant will take place on Thursday, February 12th. According to show director Edgar Hunter, the show has grown considerably since its inception, and several of the participants have moved on to the Miss Dominica pageant. Hunter is hoping that more sponsors will come on board in the future to support the event. Apart from pageants, included in the calendar of activities for this weekend is Wet Fete. This event is scheduled for Sunday, February 8th.
This year we're going to be doing something different. We decided to put a little glamour, a little flamboyant business into the fete. We're going to upgrade it. This year I've invited some guys from Antigua, a water theme park from Antigua, to come down to Dominica to join me to make this a better event. So apart from us having that regular water and my pool and my sprinklers, I have a whole water park edition now. I have slides, I have foam pits, I have mud pit, I have jumping jacks, bouncing castle for grown folks.
Meantime, a second new element to Carnival celebrations this year is Bacchanal Weekend.
We're inviting the Caribbean and the world to Dominica. From Wednesday, once you reach Dominica, it's fete. Wednesday is the stardom tent, king of the tent. Thursday, the champ of the camp. Friday, the Bouillon Fest. Saturday, you have the Calypso Monarch competition on Valentine's night. My name. Sunday, we have Fete Till You Drop, where we can tell you to go to the Rotary Sauce and Punch Party, go to the Swinging Stars Jam at Fort Young Hotel, go to wherever there's something happening, there's some Carnival Board Lame, check it out, be part of it, so you can get ready for Juve morning, okay? And to enjoy the experience that Dominica Carnival can give to you on a Monday and a Tuesday. So it's not too late to get your friends on Express, to get them on a Lee yacht, get them some to Dominica for this particular week.
And for the first time ever, patrons will also witness Bouillon Fest.
We recognize the importance that the music has for Carnival and for Dominica in particular, and we're looking for a way to kind of bring that all together. And we noticed that Bouillon is very prevalent on the road, a great part of the Carnival, but yet wasn't getting the place that we felt it deserved. Of course, we try to bring the creme de la creme of Bouillon, both in terms of what is relevant and happening now and who has started essentially the music. So I think you're going to see a good show in that regard.
Cross Vibes, WCK, Asa Banton, Triple K, Original Bouillon Pioneers will form part of the lineup for this event.
The importance of this activity for us is not only to make money, but to send a message to the world that our Bouillon music is our music and is alive. We have seen the infiltration of a number of Caribbean musical icons and bands and artists taking our music and going with it. So we're going to celebrate Bouillon next Friday as a flagship event because we want everybody to come and celebrate Bouillon music. We want to thank Chubby and the Midnight Groovers. We want to thank This Is Jeff Joe. We want to thank Gordon Henderson, all the icons of our musical life in Dominica. But right now, what we have sensed is that the Bouillon music is a thing of the people of this generation, and we have to work with them.
The event will be held on Friday, February 13th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole, non moins c'est McPherson Saint-Louis. Premièrement, un symposium qui a mis attention à ces coups de main qui a pris place en Dominique, ça même autant important pour l'économie pays. Plusieurs GNS pays région là qui a participé en symposium là, qui a tapé si pour un NGO Canada QSO. Quand même si le ministre de GNS, Honorable Justin Charles, si GNS a adopté une institution, etc., ça même ça aide soulager le monde et puis certaines situations.
Si on pas fait ça, il est venu plus difficile pour nous ça fait ça nous ni pour faire. Si on ban service ça là sans garder pour l'argent, ça mine pour dire gouvernement ça garder contre d'autres projets avec d'autres areas où là yo ça expand avec yo ça end the development. So mon quoi c'est un symposium qui est bien important pour nous en laisse là avec l'argent tout on la manière tout on la so nous taper ça sont bon bitin pour tous ces différents pays là mais important nous te que vle ouais plus jeune monde commencer plus bonheur en preschool faire c'est les gens connaître apprécier pour yo ça fait quelque chose ba commune là en primary school en secondary school pour yo savent yo pas ça ni expect gouvernement pour ni ba yo mais yo même ça fait quelque chose et ça c'est travail avec une organisation et ça c'est travail avec l'école et ça c'est travail avec un health center et ça c'est travail avec ces grands monde nous ni yes weekend nous ni toutes différentes manières aller nettoyer bon monde aller nettoyer on playing field Dominique toutes différentes manières nous ça décide comment nous ça des pays là so mon quoi en temps wed ça là à présent ça sont un symposium qui est bien important.
En notre nouvelle comité pour études créole KEC fait présentation en scholarship en l'année Marcel de La Fontaine pour Ahmed John Baptiste au Capi Saint-Jodien. Présentation là prend place pendant une cérémonie en Vieux Moulin Kenville bon matin là. Monsieur Raymond Lawrence c'est chairman pour KEC.
Scholarship ça là c'est pour étudiants qui étudient à college Dominica State College. Nous voulons participer à des affaires culture, à des affaires héritage Dominique. Nous voulons encourager pour participer à des activités culturelles, activités héritage à Dominique. En même temps, nous voulons encourager aussi pour étudier à collège, pour faire bien à des bagailles collège avec université. Et pour faire une plus meilleure et plus forte contribution pour le développement culture et héritage à Dominique. So, ça c'est raison nous comme c'est des bas jeunes monde scholarship ça là.
En même temps, maman John Baptiste Gilles dit un grand merci à ses comptes familles là.
Moi je veux dire merci pour le comité pour études créole pour garder comme des enfants moi je garder ou ça parce pour aller l'école c'est autant l'argent et puis là ça vient devant et puis aider les enfants qui ça danser qui essayer parler créole en y tradition là moi je dis un grand merci et puis aller au côté qui loin merci.
En d'autres nouvelles, ambassadeur République Turquie pour Dominique, His Excellency Aiden Evergain, présenté lettre crédentielle pour président Dominique, His Excellency Charles Sovereign Lady. En parole et délivré pendant la cérémonie, président Sovereign fait un commitment Dominique Chen coopération en affaires économiques depuis Dominique ni relations diplomatiques et puis Turquie pour 8 l'année. Président Sovereign a aussi gardé devant relations salaires avancées. Et aussi remercier Turquie pour ordinateur à gouvernement aussi pour votre pays cela. Président Sovereign aussi créé à Turquie pour supporter le programme géothermique que le gouvernement Dominique a conduit à présent. Dominique et puis Turquie établit relations diplomatiques en l'année 2007. Et puis finalement, division Forway qu'a créé à ce public là pour respecter la loi qui a concerné la chasse. Selon officier Stephen Durand, c'est sur la chasse fermée et puis moun police joigne qu'à aller la chasse, police qui fermée yo.
Les lois la chasse ouverte, les lois la loi ba chance pour aller point animaux ou ça les points. Les fermés pour nous respecter ça. Et nous avons sur tout le monde pour respecter loi la chasse. Et si police et moun forestry joignent nous, ka fait la chasse les saisons fermées, yon ni doit pour arrêter ou et mener la loi qui dit les pieds.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole. Pour à présent, non moins c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your safety tip of the season.
Let me touch that sweet thing. Real men protect children, not harm them. Under the Convention of the Rights of a child is anyone under the age of 18, and it's sexual abuse if you ask to see or touch their private parts, touch them inappropriately, show them or force them to touch your private parts, have sex with them, show them pornographic material, or deliberately let them hear or see the act of sex. Real men don't abuse children, and they don't encourage others to do it either. Be a real man. For more information, please contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
As we delve into the heart of the carnival season, it is important for all nationals and visitors alike to take safety precautions. Superintendent David Andrew brings you this tip.
Parents has a great responsibility at this time of year. Parents are to ensure that children are properly supervised and be in control of a responsible adult at all times. Do not allow children to wander away from you and be at events with themselves and themselves alone without proper supervision of an adult. That is dangerous, and under the Children and Young Persons Act, you can be called to answer for child neglect. We are also to remember how your child was dressed, where the child went to, where the child was supposed to have traversed. That will help the police in times of loss where to begin and how to begin their search operations.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching.